Good day everyone. Today, we will discuss about Unit 4, 21st Century Literacies. Angela Barranquil is the one who will discuss the first topic in this unit, the globalization and multicultural literacy. The OECD Global Competence Framework, globalization, multiculturalism, and intercultural communication. Next is social literacy. This topic will be discussed by me, VTS De Los Santos, social cognition and social skills, emotional intelligence, and people skills. Next is media literacy. This topic will be discussed by Maria Jessica Abo. The definition and aspects of media information literacy or MIL, dimension of MIL, and the advantages and disadvantages of media and information. Next is financial literacy. This topic will be discussed by Christy Adrao and Angelica Lopez. Christy Adrao is assigned to discuss financial planning or goal setting and valuing, budgeting, spending and investigating, and the savings and banking. Angelica Lopez is assigned to discuss avoiding financial scams, insurance and taxes, and tips on being financially stable. Next is cyber or digital literacy. This topic will be discussed by David Abol, Mary Joy Ligutan, and Mika May Lumibaw. David Abol is assigned to discuss cyber citizenship in digital age and internet safety. Mary Joy Ligutan is assigned to discuss cyberbullying and cybercrime and managing computer threats. And Mika May Lumibaw is assigned to discuss researching and evaluating the web and social media use. Next is eco-literacy. This topic will be discussed by Joy Formanes. Eco-literacy and sustainable development, the 7 environmental principles, and making schools dark green schools. Last topic of Unit 4, 21st Century Literacies, is arts and creativity literacy. This topic will be discussed by Jemeline Mohar and Flora May Binasa. Jemeline Mohar is assigned to discuss visual literacy and eye-hand-brain coordination, and Flora May Binasa is assigned to discuss the verbal creativity and visual creativity. So now, let's proceed to the first discussant.
Embracing diversity, navigating the global landscape with OECD's multicultural literacy framework. Welcome to a journey of cultural exploration and embracing diversity in the global landscape. Let's navigate the complexities of multicultural literacy with creativity and understanding. Multicultural literacy is the ability to understand and appreciate diverse cultures and perspectives. It involves developing empathy and effective communication skills across cultural boundaries. OECD's framework. The OECD's Multicultural Literacy Framework provides a comprehensive approach to fostering inclusivity and respect for cultural differences. It emphasizes the importance of cultural intelligence and adaptability. Cultural intelligence. Cultural intelligence involves the ability to interact effectively with people from different cultures. It includes being aware of cultural nuances, adapting behavior, and showing respect for diversity. Building inclusive environments. Creating inclusive environments involves fostering a sense of belonging for individuals from diverse backgrounds. It requires promoting equity and embracing the value of cultural diversity. Effective cross-cultural communication. Effective cross-cultural communication involves being mindful of verbal and nonverbal cues, understanding cultural norms, and demonstrating empathy. It is essential for building meaningful connection across cultures. Celebrating diversity involves recognizing the unique contributions of individuals from diverse cultures. It is about fostering an environment of inclusivity and promoting a sense of unity amidst differences. Navigating the global landscape. Embracing diversity in cultural literacy is a vital navigating complex global landscape. Let's continue to foster inclusivity and understanding as we engage with diverse cultures. As we conclude our exploration of multicultural literacy, let's carry forward the spirit of empathy, respect, and inclusivity. Together, we can create a world where diversity is celebrated and embraced.
Next is social literacy. Social literacy is a student's successful performance and understanding of social skills, organizational skills, and communication skills. Social literacy is the knowledge of how to behave and treat other people in a way that is morally upright, just, and equitable, with the view of promoting positive and productive relations that are free from unfair prejudices, hate, and discrimination. Social literacy concerns itself with the development of social skills, knowledge, and positively and responsibly in range of complex social settings. Components of social literacy: social cognition and social skills, emotional intelligence, and people skills. Social skills: ability to interact with others in a given social context in specific ways that are socially acceptable or valued, and at the same time, personally beneficial, mutually beneficial, or primarily beneficial to others. Peers and schools play a formative role on the social skills development of children. Children with social skills deficits can be taught these skills directly by parents, teachers, or professionals using the strategies of modeling, role playing, rehearsal, and practice. First is greeting. This is the first step in a social interaction. Children can develop relationships with peers by interacting with them. Second, initiating conversation. In order to carry on a conversation, a children must be able to initiate, maintain, and close conversation appropriately. Being a good conversationalist requires turn-taking and reciprocity. Third, understanding the listener. Fourth, empathizing. Fifth, reading social cues. Cues are the hints and signals that guide us to the next thing to say or do. Social cues can be verbal or nonverbal. Sixth, previewing or planning. 7. Problem solving. Problems and conflict are often a part of social interactions. This requires negotiation and compromise, give and take that results in a situation where all parties can live with and help maintain friendships. 8 is apologizing. It is a sign of humble and mature character when one commits mistakes. Next is emotional intelligence. These are the 5 components of emotional intelligence: social skills, motivation, empathy, self-regulation, and self-awareness. Self-awareness, emotional awareness, recognizing one's emotions and their effects. Accurate self-assessment, knowing one's strengths and limits. Self-confidence, sureness about one's self-worth and capabilities. Self-regulation, self-control, managing disruptive emotions and impulses. Trustworthiness, maintaining standards of honesty and integrity. Conscientiousness, taking responsibility for personal performance. Adaptability, flexibility in handling change. Innovativeness, being comfortable with and open to novel ideas and new information. Self-motivation, achievement drive, is striving to improve or meet a standard of excellence. Commitment, aligning with the goals of the group or organization. Initiative, madness to act on opportunities. Optimism, persistence in pursuing goals despite obstacles and setbacks. Empathy or social awareness. Empathy, sensing others' feelings and perspective and taking an active interest in their concerns. Service orientation, anticipating, recognizing, and meeting customers' needs. Developing others, realizing what others need in order to develop and bolstering their abilities. Leveraging diversity, cultivating opportunities through diverse people, political awareness, reading a group's emotional currents and power relationships, social skills, influence, wielding effective tactics for persuasion, communication, sending clear and convincing messages, leadership, inspiring and guiding groups and people, change catalyst, initiating or managing change, conflict management, negotiating and resolving disagreements, building bonds, nurturing instrumental relationship, collaboration and cooperation, working with others towards shared goals, team capabilities, creating group synergy in pursuing collective goals by Gulayman, 1998. Next is people skills. People skills are patterns of behavior and behavioral interactions. This is an area of exploration about how a person behaves and how they are perceived irrespective of their thinking and feeling. Portland Business Journal describes people skills as ability to effectively communicate, understand, and empathize, ability to interact with others respectfully and develop productive working relationship to minimize conflict and maximize rapport, ability to build sincerity and trust, moderate behaviors, less impulsive, and enhance agreeableness. That's all. Thank you.
My topic is all about media literacy. Media and Information Literacy, or MIL, is a combination of knowledge, attitude, skills, and practices required to access, analyze, evaluate, use, produce, and communicate information and knowledge in creative, legal, and ethical ways that respect human rights. So, it is according to Moscow Declaration on Media and Information Literacy 2012. So, the aspects of media and information literacy, according to Rinek and Lubnisky 2015, MIL is the optimal outcome of media information and communication technology or ICT education along three aspects. So, it is technical skills, critical attitudes, and facts about media and ICT. So, technical skills involve ability to access and use computers, mobile and other technical devices that offer media and information content. Aspects of media information literacy. So, according to Moeller 2009, summarize the facets of MIL from the user perspective, emphasizing media consumers in identifying news and understanding media's roles in reshaping the global issues. So, according again in Norbert Groben 2002 pointed out the importance of knowledge of the inner workings, context, routines, contents, and the effects of media. Fostering certain attitudes toward media and other information source involves both being critical on the negative impact of media and defending it against sources of influence. So here are the 7 dimensions of MIL. So according to Shapiro and Hughes 1996, identify the 7 dimensions of media information literacy. First is tool literacy. This is the ability to understand and use practical and conceptual tools of current information technology, including software, hardware, and multimedia that are relevant to education and the areas of work and professional life. Second is resources literacy. This is the ability to understand the format, location, and access methods of information resources. Third is social structural literacy. This is knowing how information is socially situated and produced, fits into the life of groups, about the institutions and social networks. Fourth is research literacy. It is the ability to understand and use it based tools relevant to the work of researchers and scholars that include computer software for quantitative analysis, qualitative analysis, and simulations. Fifth is publishing literacy. It is the ability to format and publish research and ideas electronically in textual and multimedia forms. Sixth is emerging tools literacy. It is the ability to adapt to understand, evaluate, and use emerging innovation in information technology. Last is critical literacy. It is the ability to evaluate critically the intellectual, human, and social strengths and weaknesses, potentials and limits, benefits and costs of information technologies. So here are the advantages and disadvantages of media. So media are powerful tools of communication which entail positive and negative impacts. So first is the advantages of media. Media educate people on health matters, environments, conversation, and other through various forms. Second is people get the latest world's news in the very short time regardless of distance. Third is people can bring out their hidden talents in the multimedia and visual arts, comedy, acting, dancing, and singing. Fourth is media increase knowledge learned from quiz programs, educational shows, and other information giving programs. Fifth is people free convenient in accessing information through mobile phones. Sixth is they become a vehicle in promoting products towards increased sales. They serve as a good source of entertainment. Television allows electronic duplication of information that reduces mass education costing. Media lead to the diffusion of diverse cultures and cultural practices. And next is they help people around the world understand each other and respect differences. So here are the advantages of media. So first is they lead the individualism, spending too much time on the internet watching television usually impedes socialization with friends, family, and others. Second is some media contents are not suitable for children. Third is a newspaper is geographical selective. Fourth is the increase in advertisements in television and radio makes them less attractive. Fifth is the internet can be a possible way for scams, fraud, and hacking. Media can be addictive that may result in people decrease productivity. Second is they can cause health hazards such as radiation effects, poor eyesight, hearing defects, and others. Next is they may induce drugs and alcohol use. Last is they can ruin reputation through an anonymous account, malicious scandals, and false accusation and rumors. So that is all about my topic.
Financial literacy is the ability to understand how money works, and financial planning goals are setting and valuing, setting short-term, mid-term, and long-term financially goals is important step becoming financially secure. In short-term financial goals, there are emergency fund, personal goods, transportation expenses, payment toward rent, insurance or student loans, school expenses, travel, minor repairs. These are our immediate expenses. Although timelines vary, these are the things you'll spend money on generally within a few months or a year. Mid-term financial goals. Here it is about buying a car, saving for a down payment, or paying off debt as your financial midterm. There is often an overlap between the two categories that can make things fuzzy. Medium or mid-term goals fall between short and long-term goals and tend to take a few years to achieve. In long-term financial goals, there are retirement fund, paying off a mortgage, starting a business, saving for a child's college tuition. And long-term financial goals are usually big picture because these goals may take several years or even decades to reach. Your distant goals typically involve more money and regular attention than short-term goals. Budgeting. Budgeting is a financial planning tool that allows you to plan how much you will spend or save each month. It also allows you to track your spending habits. In how to make a budget in 5 small steps. Number First, calculate your net income. This income may become from scholarship, part-time job, and monthly allowance. Second, create list of monthly expenses. For example, in your school supplies, rent or board, groceries, food, transportation, internet, or data. Spending. Consumer spending is the total money spent on final goods and services by individuals and households for personal use and enjoyment in an economy. Consumer spending typically only refers to spending on consumption in the present. Keynesian economics. John Maynard Keynes was an early 20th century British economist known as the "father of Keynesian economics". His theories of Keynesian economics address, among other things, the causes of long-term unemployment. He argued that a government jobs program increased government spending and an increase in the budget deficit would high unemployment rates. Principles of Keynesian economics. The most basic principle of Keynesian economics is that if an economy investment exceeds its savings, it will cause inflation. Conversely, if an economy savings is higher than its investment, it will cause a recession. This was the basis of Keynes' belief that an increase in spending would in fact decrease in employment and help economic recovery. Investing is the act of allocating resources, usually money, with the expectation of generating an income or profit. Type of investing. Stock. A buyer of a company's stock becomes a fractional owner of that company. Owners of a company's stock are known as its shareholders and can participate in its growth and success through appreciation in the stock price and regular dividends paid off the company profits. Bonds are the obligation of entities such as government, municipalities, and corporations. Funds are pooled instruments managed by investment manager that enable investors to invest in stock, bonds, preferred shares, commodities, etc. There are three types of funds. Mutual funds. Investors buy shares or unit in a fund, and the money is invested by a professional portfolio manager. Second, exchange or traded funds are very similar to mutual funds except that they trade throughout the day on stock exchanges as if they were stocks. Hedge funds are a type of investment partnership. Often it is formally listed as a limited partnership or limited liability company, and the partners pool money from investors and engage in a wide range of investing activity. Types of savings account. First, basic saving accounts, also known as a passbook savings account. These accounts are a good introductions to earning and interest and saving money. So it's all about saving money. Online savings account. This savings account may offer to access, view, deposit, and transfer funds online 24/7 and withdraw money from an ATM anytime depending on the type of online savings account you set up. Money market savings account. They may also be called money market savings account or deposit accounts. Certificate of deposit account or CDs are a good savings account options for individuals saving for goal with a defined target in mind. Banking. It is an industry that handles cash, credit, and other financial transactions. It provides a safe place to store extra cash and credit. Types of banks. Retail banks. Checking and savings account are often kept a retail bank, which focuses on consumers as customers. Commercial banks focus on business customer, which are also called business bank, or corporate banks manage payment for customers, provide lines of credit to manage cash flow. Investment banks. It helps businesses raise capital in financial markets. If a company wants to go public or sell debt to investors, it is often used as an investment. That's all for my discussion. Thank you for listening.
Good day, everyone. This is the continuation of our assigned topic. We have here financial scams. Scam stands for scheming, crafty, aggressive, and malicious. Next is causes of financial scams. So first we have corruption, lack of employment, selecting wrong leaders, nobody is there to object the tendency of bribing. We have here measures to minimize scams. First is seek qualified and honest professionals, creating awareness in the eyes of people, selecting the honest leaders, creating of independent checking body. So we have here insurance and taxes. So what is the definition of insurance in finance? Insurance is contract between an individual or business with an insurance company to help provide financial protection and mitigate the risks associated with certain situation or events. There are various types of insurance available, including health, dental and vision, life, auto, and legal insurance. Overall, the purpose of insurance is to help provide security, stability, and support in times of need. Having insurance may allow you to live your life with fewer worries, knowing you have a financial safety net in place. So the next is taxes. Government taxation is the process by which governments collect revenue from individuals, businesses, and other entities to fund public expenditures and provide essential services. Taxation is a key component of public finance and is used to finance various government activities such as infrastructure development, education, healthcare, defense, and social welfare programs. Next is there are different types of taxes that government implement. First is income tax, a tax on individuals and business income. Corporate tax, a tax on the profits of corporations. Sale tax, a tax on the sale of goods and services. Property tax, a tax on the value of real estate and other. Value-added tax or VAT, a tax on the value added a production or distribution of goods and services. Excise tax, a tax on a specific good like tobacco, alcohol. Customs duties, taxes on imports and exports. So there are taxation policy. Government designs tax policies based on economic, social, and political considerations. They balance the need to generate revenue with the potential impact on economic growth, income distribution, and overall societal well-being. Next is progressive, regressive, and tax systems can be categorized as progressive, regressive, or proportional. Progressive tax. As income increases, the tax rate also increases. This is designed to reduce income inequality. Regressive tax. As income increases, the tax rate decreases. This can disproportionately affect lower income individuals. Proportional tax. The tax rate remains constant regardless of income, ensuring a consistent tax burden across income levels. And the last is proportional taxes. How are taxes collected in the Philippines? Taxes imposed at the national level are collected by the Bureau of Internal Revenue or BIR, while those imposed at the local level, example provincial city, municipal barangay, and collected by a local treasurer's office.
That's all, thank you.
So next is cyber or digital literacy. So first, let's define what is cyber or digital. So digital describes electronic technology that generates, store, and process data. Like for example, laptop, cell phones, computer, and etc. Now, what is digital literacy? So digital literacy means having skills you need to live, learn, and work in a society where communication and access to information is increasingly through digital technologies like internet platforms, social media, and mobile devices. There are four components in digital literacy. First, we have cyber citizenship in digital age. So, cyber citizenship meaning taking responsibility of your role in cyberspace, wherein social media. Here is the rules as cyber citizen. First, you have to use respectful and kind language. Second, treat others the way you want to be treated. Number 3 is don't share private information. Number 4, don't plagiarize or steal information from a web and use as your own. And number 5 is follow security measures. So second is internet safety. So in internet safety or e-safety has become a fundamental topic in our digital world and includes knowing about one's internet privacy and how one's behaviors can support a healthy interaction with the use of internet. So how can we be safe in the internet? So there are things you need to do and to consider. First is be careful about what you put on web. Number 2, keep track of who you interact with on the internet. And number 3, don't open any links in email or chat rooms that look suspicious or unfamiliar.
My topic is all about cyberbullying and cybercrime. Let's define first what is cyberbullying and cybercrime. Cyberbullying refers to the use of electronic communication to bully a person, typically by sending messages of an intimidating or threatening nature. On the other hand, cybercrime involves criminal activities carried out by means of computers or internet. Types of cyberbullying and cybercrime. There are various types of cyberbullying, including harassment. Harassment is repeatedly sending offensive, rude, and insulting messages. Impersonation is pretending to be someone else in order to damage their reputation. Next is cyberstalking. It is constantly sending messages or monitoring someone's online activity to intimidate them. Last is exclusion. It is intentionally excluding someone from online groups or activities. Similarly, types of cybercrime include identity theft. Identity theft is stealing someone's personal information online for fraudulent purposes. Next is phishing. It is tricking individuals into providing sensitive information by pretending to be a trustworthy entity. Third is malware attacks. It is infecting computers with malicious software to gain unauthorized access or cause damage. Last is online scams, deceiving individuals for financial gain through fraudulent schemes. Next is managing computer threats. Managing computer threats, according to Honan 2014, the realm of information technology, security professionals, and computer security has become an issue and concern for many people. A threat in a context of computer security refers to anything that has the potential to cause serious harm to a computer system. Ways on how to ensure that computer networks can be protected. First is install antivirus software. This helps detect and remove any malicious software or viruses that may compromise the network security. Second one is use a strong and unique password. So ensure that all online accounts, including network devices, have strong and unique passwords. The third one is filter email traffic. Fourth is educate users about suspicious emails. Next is avoid running programs of unknown origin. Next, monitor logs and systems. Last is restrict end users access.
Researching and evaluating the web, remember the three factors: search, strategy, and safety. Assessing credibility and informational versus corporate websites. Evaluating a website's credibility: first, author; second, date; three, purpose; four, URL; five, contact; and six, fact versus opinion. Common websites URLs: gov, edu, org, net.com, .biz. Who owns all that information? Sources: copyrighted. Bibliography: citation, MLA, works cited page. 6. Social media. What is social media? Can be defined as an array of internet-based platforms which promotes and enhance the sharing of information. How social media works. Social media often uses feeds that allow users to scroll through content. Types of social media: social news, social networks, media sharing, and bookmarking sites. 7 functions of social media. First, identify. Second, conversations, sharing, presence, relationships, reputation, and groups.
Good day everyone, I am Jay Formanes and today I will discuss about the ecoliteracy. So what is ecoliteracy? So it is the power that comes from understanding and awareness of how nature's living system works. Ecoliterate person. An ecoliterate person is prepared to be an effective member of society with well-rounded abilities of head, heart, and spirit. Sustainable development. It was developed for the first time in a boardland in 1987. Specifically, sustainable development is a way of organizing society so that it can exist in a long term. 5 ways to develop ecoliteracy. According to Danielle Goldman, Zenobia Barlow, and Lisa Binet, there are 5 ways to develop ecoliteracy. First, develop empathy for all forms of life. Second, embrace sustainability as a community practice. Third, make the invisible visible. Fourth, anticipate unintended consequence. And lastly, understand how nature sustains life. There are 7 environmental principles. First, nature knows best. Second, all forms are important. Third, everything is connected to everything else. Fourth, everything changes. Fifth, everything must go somewhere. Sixth, ours is infinite earth. And lastly, nature is beautiful and we are the stewards of God's creation. Now, let's talk about the Green School. The concept of Green School was introduced in Europe in 1990, while the Rio Earth Summit of 1992 recognized of the need to take action in every area in which human impacts on the environment. The Green School has a clean, healthy, protective, and green surrounding. That would be all. Thank you.
Arts and Creativity Literacy, presented by Jemeline and Mohar. Arts and Creativity Literacy. Creativity is the process of having original ideas that have value. Moreover, creativity is the ability to see the world in the new ways. Therefore, creative individuals exhibit the ability to switch between different modes of thinking and shift their mental focus that suggests a connection between creativity and dynamic interaction of brain network. 3 different modes of thinking. First is convergent thinking. It focuses on reaching one well-defined solution to a problem. Next is divergent thinking. It's a through process or method used to generate creative ideas by exploring many possible solutions. Lastly, lateral thinking. The solving of problem by indirect and creative approach, typically through viewing the problem in a new and unusual light.
7 Habits of Highly Creative People. 1. Prepare the ground. 2. Plant seeds for creativity. 3. Live in the question. 4. Feed your brain. 5. Experiment and explore. 6. Replenish your creative stock. 7. Liberate your creativity. Visual literacy. It is a concept that relates to art and design and has much wider application. It is about language, communication, and interaction. Visual media is a linguistic tool with, with which we accommodate, exchange ideas, and navigate our highly visual digital world. The term was coined in 1969 by John Tibbs, who was the founder to International Visual Literacy Association. Tibbs explained, visual literacy refers to a group of vision competencies a human being can develop by seeing, having, and integrating other sensory experiences. Eye-to-hand coordination. Eye-to-hand coordination, also known as hand-to-eye coordination. It is the coordinated control of eye movement with hand movement, and the processing of visual input to guide reaching and grasping along with the use of proprioception of hands to guide the eyes. Eye-to-hand coordination, therefore, is the ability of vision system to coordinate the information received through the eyes to control, guide, and direct hands in the accomplishment of given task. Hand-to-eye coordination is important for child development and academic success, which is equally important among adults to win countless activity on a daily basis. Example of eye-to-hand coordination: 1. In writing. 2. Typing on keyboard. 3. When driving. 4. In sports. Problems and disorder related to poor eye-to-hand coordination. Hand-to-eye coordination can also work poorly even if the person's eye and vision are not affected and if their motor control skills work properly. It is possible for someone with a perfect vision to have hand-to-eye coordination problems that will only manifest when they both are visual and motor system together. Two main conditions for inadequate hand-to-eye coordination. First is vision impairment. It is a lost vision that makes it hard or impossible to perform daily tasks without specialized adaptations caused by loss of visual acuity, in which eye does not see objects as clearly as usual. Second is movement disorders. These are characterized by impaired body movement caused by variety of causes such as ataxia, which characterized by lack coordination while performing voluntary movements, and hypertonia, a condition marked by an abnormal increase in muscle tension and reduced ability muscles to stretch. Hand-to-eye coordination movement stages. Hand-to-eye coordination development milestones are as follows. Bit First is between birth and 3 years. Between birth and 3 years of age, infants can accomplish the following skills and can first start to develop vision that allows them to follow moving objects with eyes. Second, begin to develop basic hand-to-eye skills such as reaching, grasping object, feeding, and dressing. Third is begin to recognize concepts of place and directions, such as up, down, down in, and lastly fourth, develop the ability to manipulate objects with fine motor skills. Next is between 3 to 5 years. Between 3 and 5 years of age, little children can first continue to develop hand-to-eye coordination skills and preference for left or right handedness. Second, continue to understand and use concepts of place and direction such as up, down, under, and beside. Third, develop the ability to climb, balance, run, gallop, jump, push, and take stairs at one at a time. And fourth, develop eye-hand body coordination, eye teaming, and depth perception. 5 to 7 years. Children between 5 and 7 years old can first improve fine motor skills such as handling, writing tools, using scissors, and etc. Second, continue to develop climbing, balancing, running, galloping, and jumping abilities. Third is continue to improve height and coordination and handedness preference. And lastly, fourth, learn learn to focus vision on schoolwork for hours every day. And that's all. Thank you.
Arts and creativity literacy. Verbal creativity. It is an ability to think creatively and to measure one's fluency, flexibility, and originality of a verbal form. Creative individuals are able to generate new possibilities or more than one solution to a problem. It's the new way on how we cope and show some effort by acknowledging ourselves as inventors. Creativity can measure through expressing great effort. Verbal creativity is mainly about being creative about language, may it be spoken or written. Visual creativity. It is the ability to break imagined integrations of familiar patterns and create novel and useful pattern, which is considered multi-faced and complex and plays a critical role in many fields, such as art, painting, and sculpture. The tolerance of creative text of creative thinking, TTCT, designed to identify and evaluate creative potential using two toe parts, a verbal test and figural text. First, the verbal test contains 7 subtests: asking, guessing causes, guessing consequences, product improvement, unusual uses, and unusual question. While the visual test has 3 subtests: picture construction from a marked cue, picture completion, again with cues, and parallel lines. The TTCT test is a series of figural exercises, thinking with pictures, and verbal activities, thinking with words, that students do to showcase their creative abilities. Next is the aesthetics. It is a core design principle that defines a design's pleasing qualities. In visual terms, it includes factors such as balance, color, movement, pattern, scale, shape, and visual weight. Commonly, we define aesthetically beautiful piece of art as something which is pretty well organized or something pleasing to the eyes. There are 4 important categories which can make or break aesthetics of a piece of art. First is the vision. The most dominant sense in the majority of people is our sight. We can stop ourselves to look at what we find beautiful. It is as if the light that reflects from the beautiful design acts as a magnet for our eyes. Visual aesthetics have these key elements: color, shape, pattern, line, texture, visual weight, balance, scale, proximity, and movement. Using these elements well will help us achieve good visual aesthetics. Next is hearing. Our ears are capable of perceiving a whole another level of aesthetic design. The ability to hear how your car engine works, how the digital products notifies you of a new messages, and etc. This is the power of sound aesthetic. Sound aesthetics have these key elements: loudness, pitch, beat, repetition, melody, pattern, and noise. Using them well will create enjoyable music for our users. The third one is the touch. Skin is the largest organ in our body. It also helps us experience the aesthetics. Material aesthetics are especially important for physical products. Material aesthetics key elements are texture, shape, weight, temperature, vibration, and sharpness. By mastering them, we can make our customers adore our product. The last one is taste and smell. Taste and smell are sense that helps us experience aesthetics even more deeply, especially in food industry and different environment design. These senses play an important role in experiencing aesthetics. Key elements are sweetness and sourness. Use these elements when possible to enhance the full picture so our users can feel the aesthetics even deeper.